All right, I know what you're after. You're after a video that's going to show you all of the newest tech and AI that's going to change the game, that is going to reduce your content scripters and reduce any time spent in content at all. And listen, this isn't that video at all, but I think I know a thing or two. I've got multi-million followers across all different platforms. I'm kind of the king of lead generation. I know what I'm fucking talking about. But there is certain ways that you can use AI to your best advantage in order to generate these content ideas, but not in the way that you think. So when I head over to ChatGPT, the first thing that I'm going to ask, obviously, ChatGPT already knows me. It knows what how I speak. It knows what I do. It knows what business I own. It knows what content I create. It knows fucking everything about me. So if you haven't used ChatGPT in the past, I definitely recommend doing like a little get to know me thing. So that's how you craft the brain into making sure that ChatGPT understands what type of content creation in an ideal world you're going to create. So for an example, the questions that I would, I suppose, answer for them is a bit more about me I want you to remember, and business info / who you help, what content you desire to make, top 5 pain points of my clients, topics I would consider myself a genius at. You get the gist. So I would literally answer these questions like content, sales, etc. Okay. Now, once you would do that, then it understands a bit more about you in terms of how you would speak. So the next prompt that I would put into ChatGPT is not going to be some major, like, give me 5 viral scripts. And I'll give you an example, right? Give me 5 viral scripts for men who want to lose fat. Okay. Let's just go with that and see what it's able to generate us, right? And I can already tell first off the bat, the hooks are going to be absolutely terrible. And I haven't even seen it yet, right? So if you've been trying to lose fat for years and nothing sticks, this is probably why. This is probably the shittest hook and most generic hook I've ever seen, right? So if you've been trying to lose fat for years in this industry where coaches are making content and it's quite normalized and the market is saturated, it's saturated full of people making this content, which is not going to go fucking anywhere, okay? If you've been trying to lose fat for years and nothing sticks, this is probably why. Hello, every other fitness coach. I mean, you can put this into any type of, you can put it into Claude, put it in ChatGPT, you can put it into fucking any type of AI and it's going to give some form of script like this. You don't have a fat loss problem, you have a lifestyle problem. Most men think that they need more cardio, less food, more supplements, more motivation. It's like, fuck off, all right? Now, the only thing that ChatGPT does when creating content that I believe is good is they don't give away the answer immediately. I always say in your content, it should feel like, I don't know, it should feel like you're keeping watching because there's an answer that is left unanswered. And ChatGPT does a good job at that. So that's one note that I'll take from ChatGPT. But everything else, the hook, even the convo flow is just fucking terrible. All right. In 2026, we don't need to just do verbal hooks. Like, for an example, how I would have fixed this script up is I would have said more cardio and less food isn't going to help you lose fat. And instead, you need to do this that nobody knows about, right? And what I would have done alongside saying that is I would have done visual hooks as well. I would have been jogging on a treadmill, acting like I'm sweating. Like maybe I would have put water on my forehead. I would have put the effort into the hook. I would have said more cardio, and then it switches to me eating like a tiny little fucking green bean on a plate. And I'm like, and less food isn't going to help you lose fat, because you're calling out the things that they do. You're calling out the things that these men believe in. So therefore, it's going to grab their attention. So ChatGPT is not at a level, or any type of AI is not at a level that it can understand the type of content creation that needs to be created. All right. So let's forget about this. And this is how I would instead use it. I would say something simple like, I help men lose fat and gain muscle over the age of 30. Over the age of 30 and under the age of 55. Give me 5 of their biggest problems or misconceptions that they commonly fall down the trap of believing / doing. So I need to train harder and more often, right? Which is a fair pain point. A lot of men think that they just need to train more, that they just need to lift heavier, that they just need to do better. And in reality, their recovery, their stress, their testosterone, work schedule, kids, and lifestyle are completely different now compared to their 20s. That's a content piece in itself. You need to sit down with your own brain. This is how you create unique content. You don't go on to another viral influencer's TikTok page and see if they've made the same video. You sit down with your fucking self and you say, okay, I need to make a piece of content that's truly beneficial towards someone that's trying to improve their sleep, their stress, their testosterone level, that wants to get in shape but has no longer their lifestyle that they used to have when they were 20. So if you have the luxury of being, a father yourself, I would sit down with your son and I would use him as a hook. I say, listen, you've got kids now, your life isn't like you're in your 20s and you're trying to lose fat and build muscle. And then it goes into, so hitting the gym 6 to 7 times a week isn't an option as much as you would like to. And the answer that nobody's telling you is that you need to manage your stress, sleep, and your testosterone levels before you focus on hitting an extra gym session. This is why your T levels are low, but you get the gist. You get where I'm going with the script, right? So that's what you need to do, is you need to use ChatGPT for ideas around pain points that people are in real life suffering with and how you can, I suppose, solve them. I need to eat super clean 24/7. No carbs, no eating out. That's a video in itself, right? No carbs. That could be a video in itself. ChatGPT are giving you the fucking options. And you can sit there with like loads of digestive biscuits, for an example. You could be sitting at a table and you could be scoffing them, or you could have them all stacked up beside you. Did you know that 22 digestives leads to 10,000 calories? I don't know if that's the correct amount, I'm just saying. But yeah, you think that you can't eat any of them because no carbs are the answer for you, right? That's just a hook. I'm just coming up with hooks here off the fucking whim with ease. And this is how you create content. And if you try to do it any other way, you're extremely gonna be left behind. I promise you that. So you're supposed to use ChatGPT or Claude or whatever the fuck you'd like for ideas based on their issues. So now you can do something very simple like this. Each and every point you made could be an individual 40 to 60 second video that could go viral on IG Shorts. Make me as much content titles as possible, not scripts. Here it's glitching. It's glitching. There is that many, but yet you can't come up with content. How many videos is that? There is 75 videos titled, 25 overtraining and burnout, 25 around dieting and eating clean misconceptions, and 25 around cardio and fat loss mistakes. Could you do more? Oh, you certainly fucking can. Okay, now I've got 150 total videos, but yet you don't know how to make content. Each and every single video needs to sit down with your own brain, with your own fucking brain. Yeah, you're right. You're a coach. You're a service provider. You should be able to do it. If you have the education, you should be able to do it. 150 videos right now, ready to be scripted. This is how I would recommend doing it. Film and schedule. Film once per week, 7 videos per filming session. So let's just say you want to film content on a Saturday. Cool. You want to script them all on Tuesday or Wednesday. Give you enough time to review them, think over them, think if there's any better ideas before you film. Also, it will let you get any props ready. So for an example, if you want to make content based on AirPods and how they damage your ears, you need to get a fucking AirPod case, right? Or something to represent what you're talking about. If you're talking about how to cook carbs, you need to buy carbs. If you're talking about what fruits are the best to eat before the gym, you need to buy the fucking fruit. Because as I said, verbal hooks are not enough anymore. We need visual hooks. And that is how you make masterful content like the Trojanator himself. So that's it. All right, guys, if you want to watch more content like that, definitely recommend hitting the page to subscribe up here or watch more free content up here. See you fuckers in the next one.